Hi guys, hope all of you are doing okay. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Swasti. If you are new here, then please don't forget to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel. So for today's video, I thought how about just coming out here and discussing with all of you how this whole quarantine and coronavirus situation is affecting our mental health. Because I guess all of us, no matter what we do, in which situation we are, this whole situation has been affecting our mental health. The variations of how it's affecting, to which extent it's affecting, all that might be different. Reasons why our mental health is taking a hit, all that might be different, but the base fact is that all of us somewhere deep down are disturbed and troubled. And the whole purpose of this video is just to tell you that you're not alone in this, okay? All of us are going through the same things, going through the same feelings. So if you feel disturbed, if you feel stressed, it's totally fine. It is totally normal to feel that way. It is completely okay if you're not feeling okay. And that's literally the whole purpose of this video. I just want to discuss a few things that might be affecting us, making us really sad and anxious. So that's about it. The first reason that I think why this whole situation is affecting our mental health so much is because it is a completely unknown situation. It's a very new virus. We don't really know anything about it. Discoveries are being made every day, and we're just discovering new things every day about this virus. So obviously it's completely unknown territory. None of us know what it is about. Along with that, there is no such vaccine or cure available for all of us. So right now we don't know how long this whole thing will go on, how long we have to live with this. And like everywhere around the world, everyone is just saying that we just have to get used to living with this coronavirus in our lives, and that's terrifying because all of us will have to be super careful, and I don't think there will be any normalcy left in our lives because we won't be able to go out the way we want. We won't be able to go to restaurants, public places, all these things. I think we will have to somewhere lead a very quarantined life, which is scary. Okay, it scares me a lot. We don't know how long the lockdown will exist. Like, we are almost at the end of lockdown 3.0 in India, but lockdown 4 has already been announced. Just like what changes will occur, that we don't know yet. But the point is, there will be a lockdown. Things are not getting back to normal, and even if the lockdown and curfews are lifted, how are we going to lead our lives? All these are things that we don't know. We do not have answers to these questions, and I think as humans, our basic tendency is to be sure of something. I think most of us have a tendency to plan out our lives. Very few are completely fine with living a very spontaneous life. We like to have some sort of plan, something that we are following, some destination, somewhere you can see down the line things getting to this point in life. But here it's all haywire because you cannot expect to go back to normal. This will become the new normal, right? So adapting to this whole thing, especially when we don't know how to adapt to this whole thing, it's a scary situation. Okay, and all of us are feeling the same thing, believe me, all of us. So if you are anxious about it, it's completely fine. Okay, the next, there is just so much bad news out there. I honestly hate reading or watching the news these days. I don't want updates anymore. It's just like there's death all around. There's just deaths, mishaps, tragedies, accidents. The number of coronavirus positive patients in India is increasing. The number of people dying is also increasing. It's just chaos. It's anyway very hard to focus on life when we already know that literally death is roaming around outside. But along with that, so much bad news every day coming in. It makes you sad, it makes you worried, it makes you scared. And I feel all this bad news triggers a lot of overthinking in all of us, which in turn kind of leads to us being even more sad and just thinking about bad and negative things that actually exist. Main reason behind this whole overthinking thing is because right now we all are at home. So no matter how much work we have, our minds are very vacant, I feel. And there's a saying ki khali dimag shaitan ka ghar hota hai, right? So when your mind is empty, your mind is vacant, it is filled with negative thoughts, and that's it. And along with all this, I feel this one thing that is not talked about a lot, but it is a very common thing, especially in India. I can say in India it is because the toxicity of some family members. A lot of us are very lucky to be living in families who are loving, and wholesome, for but not for everyone is a home a safe place, just because the family lives there does not make it your home. A home should be your safe place, somewhere you can be yourself and live your life. But I know so many people who just cannot live their life at their homes. They just cannot be themselves, they're not allowed to be themselves. The family members, sometimes even the parents, the siblings, they are so toxic, they make the person's life hell, and for them this whole lockdown, living for 4 months inside the house without even one little break, must be a nightmare, and there's just no escape to it, so that also affects our mental health a lot. And talking about toxic family members or toxic households where domestic abuse happens, see, mostly because domestic abuse is focused on the women, so I'm just talking from the women point of view, but I know there are a lot of households where some sons or men are also subjected to abuse, and that is equally wrong. Living 24/7 with the people who are hitting you, who are abusing you, it's impossible for them to live, and it causes such a huge issue. And I'm sure their mental health has taken a severe hit because of all this, because they don't have anywhere to go. They used to get those few hours of break from all that abuse and toxicity when husbands, fathers, or whoever the abusers are used to go out to the offices or somewhere. They would get a break of a few hours at least, and that would be their time. But right now that's taken from them. They have to do all the household work, and at the same time they are abused left and right, and there is just nothing that they can do. There is no way they can escape the whole thing. While these were the few reasons why our mental health is severely affected due to the whole coronavirus situation, I also do have a few tips and points that we can do to make sure we cope up better with this whole situation. I have already made like 2 videos. First on how to maintain your mental health. That's a very detailed long video. I will link it up there, and as well as in the description box. Please do check it out. Along with that, I also did a video on how to be more productive in the quarantine, but that was a lot about the productivity. So the things that I'm going to be suggesting next are something that are not mentioned in these 2 videos, and one of the most important things is to listen to yourself, okay? To listen to your body, to your heart, to your mind, to your gut. Listen to what it's trying to tell you. If your body tells you you're tired, if your body tells you don't feel like doing anything, don't. No need to push yourself to an extent where it just makes you sad. If your body, if your mind is telling you to not push yourself, then please don't be so harsh on yourself. That is literally the first and the most important thing to do. We all are in the middle of a global pandemic, okay? It's not a vacation, it's not a holiday, it's a global pandemic. And while we do have to keep trying and treat it like a holiday so that we can cope up better with it and we can be happier in our lives, but at the same time it's not a productivity contest. You don't have to do something productive, something creative every day, okay? You can just let it be. And while it's great in indulging in hobbies, but these hobbies or any activities that you take up, it should be something that makes you happy, that relieves you of the stress that you have, not something that adds to your existing stress, right? Because then the whole point of hobbies or these fun activities is gone. If you have taken up any courses or you're learning something new, you don't have to pressurize yourself to do it, If you don't feel like doing it, if you are unable to manage the time to do it, then it's okay, it's completely fine. Don't push yourself so hard that that enjoyable activity becomes something that you start despising, then there's no point of that activity anymore. The next thing is also something very important, but I really don't know how to explain it to you guys, but it is practicing active distraction. I feel all of us have to learn how to distract ourselves. For that, I think it's very important that whatever we are thinking should be active thinking. You cannot let all these dark and negative thoughts go to your subconscious. When it is a part of your conscious thinking, I feel we need to put a stop on it ourselves. I know it's not easy to do that, and I genuinely wish I knew how to explain it to you guys, but I don't. I have found a few articles on it, so I'll link that in the description box. Please do check it out and see if it works out for you. Another thing that is very, very, very relevant to the whole coronavirus situation that you can do is being ignorant. I am the last person who would tell you to be ignorant in normal days, but I feel sometimes it's okay if you don't know about what is happening around in the world, especially if it affects you very personally. Like, it's okay for a few days, like for 1 or 2 days, if you don't watch the news, that's completely fine. You can just tell like a friend or a family member that, you know, if anything important happens, just let me know. But apart from that, just cut off your news sources for a day or two. Believe me, it will help you a lot. All these news channels, you see, it's like they're showing exit polls or election results. The niche pe pura the numbers are constantly there. It gets to your mind. You see how quickly they are increasing. Every day there's an increase of thousands, and there's really no solution that I can offer as to how to not be affected by that. The only solution that I have right now is to be ignorant about it. Not for a long time, but for a few days you can be ignorant. If you see this, that the news is affecting you a lot, just don't watch the news, don't read the news for a few days. There's no point of indulging in that much thought if it's only going to harm you and not help anyone else. So literally no point. Last, obviously, is the most important point, is something that I say in all my mental health related videos, that if it gets too much, seek help. There are a number of counselors and hotlines available that are doing consultation, and you can talk to them for free. So I will mention all of them, as many as I get, in the description box. Please do check it out, and if you feel that it's getting too much and you're not being able to handle it, just call up that hotline. You know, you can talk to them and maybe you will find a solution, maybe you will feel better. So that was it for this video. If you liked it, then please do give it a thumbs up. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought about this video. Please share this with everyone, because I think this is a very important video that will be useful to everyone else. So please do share it, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon so that you know when I drop a new video. Please, please, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside. It's completely fine if you're not feeling okay right now. It's completely fine. We all are in this together. You are not alone.